Hi guys, good morning. My name is Sandhya. Today I'm gonna introduce you to JavaScript. It is a versatile high level programming language. It is primarily used for creating interactive web applications. It runs in your browser and enables developers to implement complex features such as dynamic content, form validation, animations, and much more. Now explore some key concepts in JavaScript. First one is variables. A variable in JavaScript is a container for storing data values. It can hold different data types such as numbers, strings, booleans, and even objects or arrays. First of all, for declaring a variable, it can be declared using var, let, or const keywords. When we see var, it is function scoped or globally scoped. But let is block scoped and can be reassigned. Constant keyword is block scoped and it cannot be reassigned. It is always constant. The syntax of var is var name is equal to John. Let can be given by let age is equal to 25. It is simple that we can add the keywords before the name of the variable. The key points are var was commonly used before ES6. That allows the variable to be reassigned and not redeclared. Constant keyword does not allow reassignment after the initial assignment. Arrays. It is a special variable which can hold more than one value at a time. For creating an array, we can use let and the array name and the data members we want to store. For accessing array elements, we can use console.log and the name of the array and their first index number. The array it has adding and removing properties, and those are push which adds, pop removes, shift removes the first element, unshift adds an element to the beginning. Here we can see the examples of arrays. Let arrays is equal to apple, banana, cherry. First, in this first one pushing, we are pushing orange. In the second pop, we are popping last cherry. We are popping the orange out. In the third one, we are shifting the apple. It just removes the first element. In the fourth one, unshift, we are adding the element in the beginning. So here we can see the extra key points such as slice, map, find index, concat. In slicing, we can add the elements between the specified index. In mapping, we can add the elements between the specified index as same as the slice. Next, we can see about functions. It is a function is a JavaScript and it is a block of code designed to perform a particular task. It is executed when it is invoked or called. Here we can see a detail about function declaration. For defining a function, here we can see an example. Function greet console.log hello world. For invoking it, we are calling this function greet here. Functions with parameters and return values. Here we can see that a and b are the parameters and we are returning it by return a plus b. So here we are calling the function add for it, so that it is calling the function add and the output is done. We can see another one, object. It is a collection of related data and functions bundled in a single entity. Objects are used to model real world entities and attributes and behaviors. Here we can see object car and its properties and its methods. For creating an object, we use it. Suppose the person is an object, we should give his properties, first name, last name, age, and his function. For accessing object properties and methods, first we can console.log and the property and print his first name or call this function. Here we can see the examples of nested objects. And the fifth one is loops. Loops are used to repeatedly execute a block of code until a specified condition is met. JavaScript provides several types of loops usable for different situations. First one, for loop. The for loop syntax is for initialization, condition, increment. Here we can see the examples of for loop. In this example, initialization let I is equal to 0, condition is I less than 5 and increment is I plus plus. Next one we can see the while loop. This while loop executes a block of code as long as a specified condition is true. It checks the condition before each iteration. While loop is similar to the while loop, do while loop is similar to the while loop, but it guarantees that the loop will be executed at least once, even if the condition is false initially. The condition is evaluated after the code block is executed. Next one, for of loop. For of loop iterates over the elements of the iterable object such as an array or string. It allows you to loop through values directly. Here we can see the example of for of loop. And the fifth one we can see for in loop. For in loop iterates over the keys of an object. It is useful for looping through the properties of objects or indicators of arrays. Here we can see for in loop examples. And sixth one very important is break and continue. Here for using break we can terminate the loop entirely. But by using continue we can just skip the current iteration and proceed to the next one. Here are the examples of break and continue. The loop within the loop is called nested loops and it is very useful for matrix multiplications and etc. Conclusion. JavaScript's versatility make it essential for web development. Understanding variables, arrays, functions, objects, and loops equips you with the basics of write effective code. Each concept is fundamental to building dynamic and interactive web applications. Thank you. Hope you understood.